Next, may I invite Mr. Grit Wong Asa and Ms. Jantira Danpo. All right, please welcome. Let me introduce you first. Mr. Grit Wong Asa is a PhD candidate from the Faculty of Communication Arts at Chulalongkorn University, Thailand. And Ms. Jantira Danpo, she is holder of MA, Master degree from the Culture and Media Studies, the Central University of Rajasthan in India. And they are going to talk about communicating humor and investigation through Woody Allen's films. All right. Oh, you have microphone over here. All right. Okay.
Thank you, moderator, for our introduction. And good afternoon, all of you, the participants. And I hope that this presentation I'm going to present won't, disrupt your lunch. And, as title of this paper is Communicating Humor and Investigation Through Woody Allen's Film. So, I hope you find it an entertaining and yet, fulfill some your thought. So to begin with our agenda for today, the first part will be covering introduction, and second is humor, as we will go through some concept of humor and also how it reflected or connected with communication, or moreover we will explore humor in Allen's films. And the third part is our research questions. And the fourth part is our research methodology and framework. And lastly, the last one is our findings. So in order to intro our introduction, we would like to begin with our origin or our inspiration of this work. Both of us, as you may know, we are a big fan of Woody Allen's, and most of the time, as an audience, we found his films was, an entertaining humor, comedy, but yet, those messages behind his films are also lurking some contemporary of society satire. And, without doubt about Woody Allen, he is, a renowned director whom his work center around humor and, falling into one very unique genre of a contemporary film industry since 1960s. And, yet moreover, while watching Woody Allen's films, it leads us to question about his humor. Is there any hidden message behind, or to what extent how Woody Allen's perspective or idea being portrayed towards our modern society? So humor in this sense, of him being treated as a treatment or a content, or in terms of communication, according to McLuhan's, it is undoubtedly a medium to convey some message to the audience. So what is humor? Of course, it is something to be laughed at. But also in the sense of humor, in this study, it is also considered to be another communication device for critically explains the life aspect, both real situation and representation. It helps to create imagination for different perspective towards the world. Humor. So why humor? Why it is so important? Humor in terms of communication also, it is to be called a soft power in order to communicate message. It also can be led by the comedian, the character, or the dialogue. It also can be led by the situation. It also can be a form of outer or inner self. Or it often refers to wit. Or in a medical relief, it's also help to release the pain. stress, yeah. And in a broader sense, it's also speak or question some political idea or satire the political ideology. And in this regard to our research, we will explore Woody Allen's humor, and we discovered 3 themes underlying in Woody Allen's. And yeah, and you will be soon, discover it in the next part. For the research question, we have 2 research questions, which are to investigate the message through humor in Woody Allen's film. And the second research question is to investigate contemporary social representation through film. We select 4 films from Woody Allen as a case study, which are Manhattan, Everyone Say I Love You, Vicky, Cristina Barcelona, and Midnight in Paris. By selecting these 4 films, we project the year 2000 as our benchmark for contemporary society. 2 films, which are Manhattan and Everyone Say I Love You, represented the period and pre-2000. And 2 films, which are Vicky, Cristina Barcelona, and Midnight in Paris, represent contemporary and post-2000. Most commonly in themes, in Woody Allen's, in these 4 films, are often discussed or discover about middle-class values, about morality, and about complexity of modern life, and also about human lives, which are marriage, relationship, and family, in which my colleague will also soon, describe more about themes that we find.
So we come to the methods for this study. The method that we have brought for applying this work are first, content analysis, which used to determine the presence of certain words or concepts within the text or the set of texts. The second one is hermeneutics. Hermeneutics means the interpretation. We apply this method to explore the direct means to convey in the text. And the third one is phenomenology, which we brought it to explore the concept of life world, which reflect the conception of world around us. Women in the films that we share with others. And within this method, we work with the framework of relevance theory, which help us to discover and explore the director intentions, and also it helped us to see the property of inputs connect to contextual information to the audience's mind, and so that its feasible assumption may be inferred as the director's or communicator informative intentions. And another framework that we work with is social fact, to help us indicate the social patterns. For the social fact, this is not the product or a creation of a present generation, but the social facts were or are given and already pre-existed. It is useful for investigate the reflection of practice or value of human thought through the films. So now we come to findings. There are 3 main themes that we have found through all those selected films. First is the themes of framing the life, the life that portrayed to all the films, related to the upper class and urban setting, and also the fantasy. The setting, especially urban middle class and upper class, portray as a social relation that bases on condition caused by contemporary capitalist society, which fundamentally involve political freedom and commodity market. By means, when humans were pushed under the mass production, the lack of spiritual substance emerges, and also human are bonded and formed into a pattern values. And again, let us extend the meaning of fantasy for this theme. Fantasy, we take the sample of this theme from Midnight in Paris. The male protagonist, Gil Pender, he is a Hollywood famous writer who is obsessing with the past life and dissatisfied with the current life because he believes that suppose if he spent his life in the glorious part, which is in 1920s, he would be more happier than the present time because in those times, in the movie storyline, he meets several figures like artists, what else? Philosopher, and also thinker, writers also. The second theme that we have found is about life pattern. Speak in terms of urban middle class value, the main point speak from the theme is marriage. So from marriage, it is still being certain for economic institution, and the emotion of romantic love can be separated from the social rule as well. And again, marriage and the becoming mother are being generalized. Are being generalized to be the solution and life practice that carry the ability of eradicate of choices of life too. So the third point is about romanticizing love. So from Vicky Cristina Barcelona, the point of that movie portray as a term of like missing ingredients, and unfulfilled love can be romantic, and also it exemplifies love requires the balance of relationship from third party or thing, so it can't be alone. So by conclusion from the Woody Allen's film, in Woody Allen films, it represents, criticizes, and also deals with the broad social and cultural subject and the contemporary life themes. And it also discusses about the context of American culture and also the Western culture indeed, which means that the work of Woody Allen criticizes the world around and within himself. And so, what is the hidden message or what is the indirect message that Woody Allen wants to convey to his audience or to his fans? It is about life by conclusion that he start to us to interrogate the meaning of life, what the life is. So what is the life for? Maybe life is full of mystery, sad, and uncertain, but it's just for temporarily. That is the undeniable fact. So the main message from him is that would you just enjoy yourself? So that's it. Well, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Grit and Ms. Janti.